We are all familiar with the word helping, and helping behaviors happen a lot in our daily life. Picking up papers or items for someone, holding the door for others, lifting a heavy trolley for a lady. So what exactly is helping behavior? In social psychology textbooks, helping behavior is a subcategory of prosocial behavior. Helping is intentional and it benefits another living being or group. Although we have seen many different forms of helping, have you ever wondered if our helping behavior is affected by the gender of the recipient of help or the person who helps? Today, our social experiment would like to investigate. Does gender affect the helping behavior when bystanders see someone walking with an unzipped backpack? In order to find an answer to this question, first of all, we tried to find the answer from the media. Some of them reported that men are more willing to help women, but there are also different voices explaining that women are more willing to help than men, which means the answers in the media are not consistent. In order to get a more accurate answer, we took a second action. We looked up previous articles, and the data we looked up showed that from 1979 to 2024, different studies had different findings on whether there were gender differences in helping behavior. The voices from research are also inconsistent. Are male or female bystanders more likely to help when they see people walking around with an unzipped backpack? And are people of the same gender likely to help the bystanders? We have designed an experiment to find out. Now let's talk about the methodology of our study. Our study is a naturalistic field experiment. We took place outside Horton building at CUHK campus. At the beginning, we did a pilot experiment outside CC canteen. However, there were a lot of people passing by, and a lot of people did not offer help. Therefore, we picked another place for our field experiment. Our experiment setting is that a person walks around the campus with an unzipped backpack to see if bystanders offer help. Our independent variable is the gender of the person needing help. Except the gender of the confederate, we keep all other environmentals constant. For example, the experiment is conducted under the same weather. The confederates also wear the same yellow backpack with the same unzipped position, and they also wear similar outfit. The dependent variable is the helping behavior of bystanders. The number of samples depends on the number of bystanders who notice the unzipped backpack within an hour. The number of samples collected for male and female confederates may not be the same. For the information recorded, we have the gender of the bystanders, the group size of the bystanders, and also their helping behavior. Here comes the procedures of our experiment. First, confederate walks with an unzipped backpack while using a smartphone attentively. Our observer 1 stands in a secret area and jots down the information of the bystanders who notice the unzipped backpack. Observer 2 also does the same observation. Only mutually agreed observations are counted as results. Confederate conducts an interview with the bystander who helps. Our confederate also explains the intention of our experiment and asks for a consent to share the interview.
May upload to
The
YouTube.
tutor's website.
Yes. The professor's website.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much.
Here are some interview questions we ask the bystanders who help. Why do you offer help?
I mean, I didn't really think too much of it. Your bag was open, and then I figured, something might drop or someone might steal something. I mean, I don't really think stealing would happen here, but just in case your personal belongings came out.
I suppose mainly I've also had certain experiences in the past, and it's not too hard, I think.
Yeah. 咁你一個 iPad 都幾貴㗎嘛？係咯。
Now let's talk about the results of our study. We have collected 60 samples in total from our study, and these are the bystanders who noticed the unzipped backpack, regardless of whether they help or not. We split them into two categories. First is the individual samples. From the 40 individual samples, 22 were female and 18 were male. In the group samples, among the 20 group samples, 11 groups consisted of 2 persons, while 9 groups consisted of 3 or more persons. One noticeable characteristic of our group samples was that people in each sample were friends with each other because they had interactions. We have 3 findings in our experiment. Finding 1 is that females demonstrated a higher propensity to help, with 18% offering help compared to 11% of male participants. Our finding 2 is that the help offered by the male bystanders were only towards the male confederate. In contrast, female bystanders helped both the female and male confederates. We also had another interesting observation. Group demonstrated higher helping rates, which is 30% compared to individuals, which is 15%. Helping rate was the highest when the group size was 2, with 36% of paired samples offering assistance, more than doubled the rate of individuals. So, why are females more likely to help? We can explain by bystander calculus model. While the cost of helping is low and the cost of not helping is high, people usually directly help. In our experiment, we believe female bystanders have a higher empathy cost of not helping. Empathy costs of not helping involve feelings of distress to a bystander who empathizes with the person needing help. Women are believed to have caring and nurturing traits. Females are more empathetic than males from both biological and social expectation perspectives. We believe that the empathy cost of not helping the bystander is higher in females. If people forget to zip their backpack, it may cause more distress to female bystanders. For example, things may drop from his or her bag, or properties may be stolen by others, which will cause great trouble to the person forgetting to zip the backpack. The empathy cost of not helping is higher for females than for males. Women are more likely to offer direct help, especially when the cost of helping is low. It only takes a few seconds to remind the person to zip the backpack, and not many social interactions are required apart from verbal reminders. Why are males more likely to help males? This behavior can be explained by the concept of in-group bias, introduced by Tyfel and Turner in 1986. In-group bias is the tendency to favor individuals within one's own group over others. As shown here, males may subconsciously perceive other males as part of their in-group, while females are categorized as an out-group. This natural inclination to favor one's own group influences many social behaviors, including helping behaviors. Based on this theory, males in our experiment illustrated how gender-based grouping affects helping behavior. Compared with female bystanders, males tended to feel a stronger sense of identification with and connection to the male confederate needing help, which increased their willingness to help. In summary, men are more likely to help other men because they perceive them as part of their in-group based on gender. This shared identity promotes prosocial behavior. At last, why do bystanders offer help more often in front of their friends? The two-component model developed by Larry and Kowalski explain this phenomenon by separating impression management into two discrete processes: motivation and construction. For the motivation process, publicity and expectation of future interactions are two important antecedents that make people more motivated to manage their images when they are with friends. And for the construction process, people are constrained by their social role as a friend, so they tended to behave according to what was expected as a friend, being helpful and kind. That's the end of our video. Thank you for watching.